Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about a fresh release from HobbyBoss. So this kit comes in 1/48 scale, and it might be an interesting thing for all fans of the German aviation. And in 1/48 scale it will be still, I would say, a reasonably sized model, because it's a Messerschmitt BF 109E-3, and this is a new toothed plastic as far as I remember, so it will be interesting to take a closer look, especially considering that there are a lot of brands which are producing the same subject, and I wonder what will be different here and why this kit might be a good choice. So first of all, it's worth noting the price tag. It should be around I think 18 euros, maybe a bit lower depending on your model shop, but I think it's quite a reasonable price for a 1/48 scale fighter aircraft kit. As you can see, we also have the dimensions written here, so it's written that the length will be, I will just check it like this. So length is 182 millimeters and wingspan is 205 millimeters. So as I said, not such a huge kit, and some 1/72 scale builds are bigger than that. And the box size is also surprisingly small. So here's comparison with my hand. We have really beautiful box art here. So I think this one, it's a great work from the author. And on the side here you'll find two marking options which are included. I wonder if there will be more. If not, I think there is plenty of the aftermarket sets which will actually provide you with such chance. And here we also have the Decals map and the history note about the real aircraft. So this is a top opening box. I will just open it off the table, but I will show you what we have inside. Everything was covered with this, I would say, add note or the features note of the model, and then we have also the plastic sprues which are packed into the separate bags. So we will check the features note a bit later. I would like to start with the plastic parts, and here I have to open the plastic bag which is sealed. And in the meantime, I can also remind you that I reviewed some of the other BF 109 kits from different brands, so in case you are interested, and it doesn't matter which scale, because the scale choice was also different, but you can find them all on the same YouTube channel which you are watching at the moment. So here we have the first plastic sprue, and as you can see, this one is dedicated to the wing parts, and here we have the lower wing panels and top wing panels. We have also quite generous external features, because here, as you can see, we have recessed panel lines, we have also rivets, and we have exhaust here, we have also landing gear legs, and the fuel tank which is placed under the fuselage. If I zoom in and show you the external features, now you can see what I'm talking about. Note that the air intakes are molded like that, so you won't have to install them separately. They're actually one piece with the wing panel, and also the landing gear covers obviously will be placed on the landing gear legs, which you can see here. But what is interesting is that the legs are molded together with the brake lines. This is not such a popular method of the legs molding, so quite a surprising thing to be included here. And now I'm showing the riveting on this top wing halves, which are also quite nice details, especially in 1/48 scale in my opinion. And on the opposite side you can see also that the wing mechanization is pre-molded on the top half, while the bottom one is molded without it. So obviously this element will serve as the guiding element, and it will help you with a better position. And also we have a slide section of the leading edge going onto the top panel. We also have the guiding pins. That's why I'm a bit slow. I'm just trying to understand how they will be connected together, but as you can see, they're quite large, and it's actually an advantage of such design, because it will help you with the proper alignment of these things together. And of course it will speed up the assembly process, because you won't have to do the guesswork. You have everything predefined for you and ready to be assembled. So quite a nice design in my opinion, and it's definitely handy for some beginners as well. So next we have the clear frame, which is packed into this nice foam, and I would say it's a typical thing for a HobbyBoss, but it's actually useful because it protects all of the parts which are on this clear frame from the possible damage. So you should be I would say calm that everything will arrive to you without any extra damage. And as you can see, we have two types of the canopy. So one is for the closed one and another one for the open version. So it's up to you which one you will pick, but it also defines the choice of the parts. And as far as I can guess, there are no masks or masking templates included here, so in case you wonder how to properly paint this thing, you will have to get some aftermarket masks, and there are plenty of brands already, so I think you'll find something useful for yourself. If we are talking about the small parts, here we have two small sprues. As you can see, one is dedicated to the propeller hub and another one for the air intake. These ones, as far as I remember, are specific for the E3 version, so you'll have to use them. But the quality looks really nice, and I think even the minor features look convincing, so it's just a matter of painting properly this thing and also installing on the aircraft. And maybe it's also dependent on the paintwork strategy, whether you would like to paint these parts in advance or maybe you would like to paint them a bit later when they will be on the model, and then paint everything in the same sequence, but it's already your choice. Okay, so I will remove these two small frames. And the next frame, I'm just trying to understand what is hidden under the foam, because we also have the foam here, and it's not that easy to open because it is actually wrapped around the sprue, but it's actually possible to do it like this. So just give me a second, I will try to place it in this way. And let's zoom out a bit. So now you should be able to see that here we have the fuselage house. So the foam was covering these thin parts. Again, for the landing gear, as far as you can see, we also have the dashboard here. We have the landing gear wheels here, the tail wings here, the propeller here. And also note that the rudder is molded on the left half, it's not molded on the right one. The cowling part is actually one piece element, and this is actually good because you won't have any gaps and seams and such visible and notable areas, so this is really nice. And here you can take a closer look at the details on the fuselage. So again, pretty much the same level as what we saw on the wings, but I think this is really nice to have on 1/48 scale build. And here, by the way, you can see the internal features. So we even have the structure inside the fuselage. I wonder why it is included here, maybe for some upgrades in form of the radio station in the tail, but we do not have any items which are actually copying this thing, so maybe it's just a small preparation for some aftermarket which might be available for this model. Next, there is a sealed plastic bag with the decals and something else, and I'm not sure what is that, so just give me a second, I will try to open it and we will take a closer look together. And frankly speaking, looking at all of these parts, I'm starting to wonder whether I should build one, because all of these parts are looking quite nice. And what we have here, so I guess these are the masks. Here is this mask sheet, but why I'm not sure, because the cut is not so distinct, and that's why you have to be careful while working with this. As you can see, even camera is having troubles to focus on this masks paper, so that's why be careful. But that's not all. We also have the decals, and decals, as usual, they are taped to each other. So the backing paper and the decals sheet. But here is the decals sheet, and as you can see, the printing quality is really good. It's not mentioned where they are coming from, but overall quality looks really decent. And we have the stencils, we also have some cockpit decals. Obviously for the cockpit you can also choose some aftermarket in case you would like to have even more features, but this is already your decision because it will be an extra investment, I would say. But the final result should benefit from this, and even with the closed cockpit it will be visible that you added some extra stuff, some fine features into this model. Now I'm taking out the assembly manual, so first of all, maybe I'll show you the marking guide. So here it is. It is printed in color, which is good. And we have only two marking options, as you can see, but still it's a nice pick. And of course, you can choose something different if you would find some aftermarket set which is suitable for this version. And as you remember, we had this features list. Also here we have the 3D images of the assembled model and small ad of other kits from the same brand. And now we go on with the assembly manual. So this one is printed in black and white, so I will have to close the lenses in order not to blind you with the white color of the paper. But here on the first page we have the safety note, no history notes, and if you would like to learn more about this aircraft, I would rather recommend to get some specific publication, for example from Valiant Wings. Here we continue with the parts map. So yeah, this was the masks, die-cut masks for the canopy, as far as you can see. We also have the decals, of course. Assembly process starts with the cockpit, so again here straight away you have to plan how you will be painting the parts, because some of them will be hard to reach afterwards. The same applies to the fuselage, and then we continue with pages which are hard to roll over. But now you can see that here we have the third stage. So you install the fuselage together, and then you install the cooling panel, then you install the lower chin panel, which is also one piece, and that's really good. Then we continue with the wing parts and air intakes. And here we have also, so these parts were actually for the rudder, the thin ones. We have the tail wings being installed in place, the canopy, the propeller, the masks application guide is there. And then here you can see the final steps of the landing gear installation and the fuel tank in case you would like to have one on your model. So overall I would say this is not a difficult kit, and I hope the fitment is also nice. So it might be even recommended to beginners, because we also get the masks. And as I said, you can also find plenty of different aftermarket which will be compatible with this aircraft, and you should be able to get this plastic in any good model shop. I would like to say thank you for giving me a possibility to check it together with you. And of course, if you have something to say, write it here in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.